Hey everyone, my name is Joeg, and this is a guide to getting ready for Battlefield 4. Now if you don't know, Battlefield 4 comes out in a few months. I believe it's October 28th. I'll be pre-ordering it, and I think you should do the same, because it's going to be an awesome game. Now, so the first part of this guide is do with computers. The hardware of a computer, to be exact. Now, Battlefield 4 is going to have some pretty amazing graphics. It's improvement of Battlefield 3. And Battlefield 3 has some pretty amazing graphics, so it's going to take some amazing hardware to play that. Now, Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA all released new generations of their respective parts, processors and graphic cards. Now, if you have the money, I highly recommend going out and getting the new ones. For Intel, the 4000 series of processors, AMD, the 7000 series of GPUs, NVIDIA, the 700 series of GPUs. Now, I'm not sure if AMD released a new generation of CPUs, but I would not be surprised. I'm not much of an AMD person, don't keep up with their stuff. But what if you don't have enough money to get the new generation of parts? That's not a problem. Now, in the computer world, something nice that happens. When a new generation of parts come out, the last generation of parts gets really cheap, and that is really nice. For example, in my computer, which I built 2 years ago, and haven't upgraded since, which I should probably do soon. But in my computer, I have an Intel 2600K, non-overclocked. Now, when I bought that part, it was $350, or $315 or $350. I forget which. I'll check sometime. But now, about a year later, when the 3000 series came out, it dropped down to like $250. Now that the 4000 series come out, it's dropped down to about $215, which is either $100 to $150 cheaper than what it was when I bought it. Now, that's just one example. There could be many examples where they can have much cheaper parts, and the same goes for any computer part out there. Almost any. Of course, there's going to be exceptions, as with everything. So if you don't have enough money to get that, get an older generation. Just because it's an older generation does not mean it's a bad part. My old Intel 2600K plays games perfectly. I get a solid 60 frames per second on the high settings Battlefield 3. I get 45 frames per second on Ultra. It's a great CPU, and you can overclock it. So if you can't afford the new generation of parts, by all means get the older generation of parts. They're just as good, if not better, depending on which one you get, and they'll be cheaper. So the next tip I have has to do with Battlefield 4 itself. Now, based on what I've seen from the E3 demo, and from the E3 live demo, which I saw, I think it was on Twitch, and the recorded footage from YouTubers around, if you want to see some good recorded footage, you should check out Levelcap. That's youtube.com/Levelcap, or Levelcap Gaming, I don't remember which. Just type in Levelcap to the YouTube search bar, you'll find him. He has a lot of Battlefield 4 videos up from when he went there at E3 and recorded them himself. Now, so back to what I was saying. Battlefield 4 is an improved version of Battlefield 3. Not like how the difference between Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was a completely different game than Bad Company 2. Sure, it's shared similarities, but DICE completely redid the Battlefield series with Battlefield 3. But, based on what I've seen, Battlefield 4 is an improved version of Battlefield 3. The gameplay looks a lot smoother, the netcode looks better, graphics looks better, everything's great. But there's not as much of a difference between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 as there was between Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. So, that means that you can technically get some practice with Battlefield 4 and be fresh for it by playing Battlefield 3. Now, how would you do this? Now, I'm not sure what guns are going to be in Battlefield 4. They did show some off in E3, but not all of them. But because it's based in an upgraded game for Battlefield 3, I'm assuming that there's going to be similarities in the guns between BF4 and BF3. So which means my tip would be to try the different weapons of Battlefield 3, experiment with them, experiment with the different scopes, attachments, and just get a feel for all of them. Because there's probably some of the same recoil patterns. There's going to be an M16 in Battlefield 4, we know that. So there's probably some of the same recoil patterns. It's a guess, but it's a safe assumption. If I'm wrong, I apologize in advance. What else you can do? You can work on to get ready for Battlefield 4. You can work on skills that you're not so good at. If you mainly play as infantry, branch out to vehicles. If you and vice versa, immediately work with vehicles, branch out to infantry. Just get used to it. Try out different tactics, try out different techniques, different attachments, and see what you like. Well, you probably don't know what you like. You've been playing a lot, but see if there's something new you like. See if you mainly play with sniper rifles, branch out to the assault rifles. Try out the PDWs. The PDWs do not get enough love in that game. They're great weapons. You should just try out different things. Experiment. Do stuff you don't normally do. But don't use the Type 88 because that is a horrible LMG. So the last tip of this video, no, it's kind of a short video, is when Battlefield 4 comes down, there's going to be a lot of new players. A lot of noobs. Either spelled N-O-O-B-S, N-0-0-B-S, or just N-E-W-B-S. So what does that mean? It means there's going to be a lot of bad players on a lot of servers. Because Battlefield 4 is going to bring in a new round of players, as any game does. So what does that mean? How do you take advantage of that? Now, I know this sounds mean, and I feel kind of bad saying it, but take advantage of the new players. Pwn them. Beat them to a pulp. If you practice, if you're a good Battlefield player, you'll be able to take out the new ones quite easily. Now, I feel bad for saying this, but it will get you the unlocks faster, which can unlock you potentially better guns. Potentially, I say potentially because Battlefield 3, the first gun for assault class is M16 on the US side. And that's one of the better guns in the game now. So you could, by pwning those noobs, you could possibly get better, the better weapons in the game, possibly, or ones you feel better with. Quite frankly, not sure I said quite frankly at the end because there wasn't really a quite frankly thing. Anyway, I ramble. I do that. I'm doing it right now. That is my guide for Battlefield 4. The last one wasn't really a getting ready for it, more of a what to do when you start out. There's just not much else to say. I'm rambling. My name is JWEG. This was a guide for getting prepared for Battlefield 4. Hope you have a great day, or night, or morning, or whenever you're watching this. Twilight. It's a horrible book, by the way. Don't watch the movie either. The movie was horrible. I hope you all enjoy this. This is JWEG, signing off.